Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Being Married Young. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I've been wanting to really talk about what we are going to talk about today for a while, so we're going to hop right into it. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and become a Keystone today. If you are already subscribed, I want to thank you for deciding to tune in once again. So today on Being Married Young, I am going to talk about something that I feel like isn't really talked about enough, and that is mental and psychological abuse. These days we hear about physical and domestic abuse, and that being one of the biggest problems in marriages, and I'm just here to say that that is not the only type of abuse that people go through, and it's not gender specific. It's not that it happens more to women, and it's not that it happens more to men. It happens to everybody. So we're gonna dig a little deep. To say the least, I have definitely experienced this in several relationships that I have been in. At the time, I was either naive or I didn't know the red flags, didn't pay too much attention to it. And it's just one of those things where when you love somebody or when you're in love with somebody, you kind of shrug things off. And it's not until you exit the relationship that you really understand the things that you have been putting yourself through. One of the surefire signs that you're in a mentally abusive relationship is the ability for your partner to manipulate you. Manipulation is basically a form of control. Usually people who are manipulative don't seem like they're that way. They have a way with words, they're very cunning, they're very charming, they're very endearing, and they have the ability to make you do something outside of yourself, make you do something outside of your morals. Your inner being could tell you, hey, that's not right. You know, you shouldn't take that, but because this person is so convincing, it's just one of those things you wave off. And manipulation can be extremely deadly because it takes you away from yourself. You stop learning how to trust yourself. You stop learning how to trust your subconscious. You stop learning how to believe in the things that you may very well have been raised upon. And I wish that I could say manipulation is easy to spot, but it isn't. And you really just have to trust your gut on this one. If you feel like something isn't right, then it probably isn't. Another sign of somebody carrying the traits of mental abuse is intimidation. There are certain people who are intimidating but can be as gentle as teddy bears, and there are other people who recognize that they are intimidating or have been told that they are intimidating and kind of use that as their defense mechanism. It can be in the way somebody talks, it can be in the way somebody stands, it can be in the way that they even assert themselves. Usually people who have the ability to intimidate pick on the smaller ones. Pick on the people who aren't confrontational because they know they're not really going to have an issue. They pick on the people who are likely to back down. They pick on the people who usually don't win in arguments or who really aren't up for debate. For intimidating people, getting their way is usually something that happens on the norm because they're able to push people around, unfortunately, and that's something that's usually more noticeable. But you just have to make yourself aware of whether you're being treated like a rug, because at that point it becomes extremely easy to run over you because that person knows that you're not going to assert yourself. Some other traits of mental abuse are when your partner or your spouse has the ability to make you feel small, has the ability to make you feel less than, has the ability to make you feel like you're not good enough. And I know that people are going to say nobody can make you feel a certain way. Only you give people the power to do that. It's all up to you and what you decide. And while that may be true, when you marry somebody or when you're with somebody and you open up to that person on a deeper level, on a more intimate level, when you tell this person things that you might not have told other people, when you allow yourself to trust this person. Words and actions, they hurt. You let this person into the nooks and crannies of your life, and now this person is readily taking advantage of that. And that's why I say that it's allowed in this sense. When you're doing a task, and it could be something as simple as, cooking a meal or cleaning the bathroom, and this person could come to you and say, that's cool, but you didn't dust. So, or, I appreciate you making this meal, but you didn't do what I asked you to do. Or, I appreciate you, going grocery shopping and stuff, but you didn't get nothing that I liked. Like, it's just the little things in tearing you down that hurt the most, because you wake up and you give your best, but you start to feel like your best is not good enough for that person. You start to feel like everything that you give, everything that you do is essentially never good enough for that person. So you wake up and you try not to get on this person's bad side, and you try to be perfect, and you try to do everything that this person wants you to do. You try to cook the meals that they want you to cook. You try to make sure the house is clean. You try to buy this person material things, hoping that it'll make them happy. You try to do all the sexual things that this person wants you to do. You just try your damn hardest to be everything that this person could possibly want, and it's still not enough. And so you start to walk on eggshells, and you start to hold back the things that you think. Start holding back the things that you want to say, so you don't piss this person off. Because if this person is pissed off, then you're going to be in trouble. You feel like you're going to be in trouble. You feel like a child. You're no longer an adult, because now you have this person that you have to answer to. At this point, you're no longer yourself. You're living a lie. You don't know who you are. You don't enjoy things. You're traumatized. Being in a psychologically and mentally abusive relationship is traumatizing. I'll even go as far to say it's just as dangerous as being in a physical relationship, because being abused in this sense, it deteriorates your soul. I know for me, being in these types of relationships have caused me extreme anxiety, extreme depression. I would isolate myself. My confidence suffered. I no longer wanted to do the things that made me happy. Living life became so hard. I cut friends off. Like I had no social life. I feel the need to speak on this because I feel like so many people go through this thinking that it's okay when it's not. It's not okay to not feel good enough. It's not okay to not love yourself. It's not okay to keep pulling from a cup that's empty. It's not okay to give someone everything and not having anything left for yourself. It's not okay to sacrifice who you are in order to make somebody happy. We are not here to make others happy. We are not here to make others feel comfortable. We are essentially here to walk our own journey and be the best in life that we can be. And being in this state of abuse causes PTSD. Literally, post-traumatic stress disorder comes from traumatizing events. This is traumatizing, and all I can say is if you're in this type of relationship, that person has to get help immediately, or you have to get out. You can't fix this person. You can't fix this relationship by staying there and taking jabs from a person who doesn't appreciate you. When that person tells you that you're crazy, you're probably not, and it's probably them. When that person tells you that you're doing everything wrong, it's not you, it's them that's doing the wrong. Simple things as this person denying their love for you is a sign of abuse. Them choosing to ignore you in order to punish you are signs of abuse. Them threatening to leave you, lying to make you feel like you're crazy, withholding pertinent information, and looking at you wide-eyed when you ask questions, using their words to demean you, being excessively critical towards you, so much to the point where it feels like you're hearing criticisms more often than not. Any of these things and other things are all symptoms and signs of emotional abuse. What I'm really trying to say is, because I know I probably didn't hit all the bullet points, I know that somebody will watch this and be like, but I love this person and this person loves me. But if that person loved you, why do you feel so low? Why do you keep sacrificing yourself? Why are you stressed? Why are you tired? Why don't you know who you are anymore? I can't stress it enough. You cannot stay in this type of relationship and be healthy. You can't stay in this type of relationship and live your best life at the same time. You have to love yourself. It's really important that during a time like this, you love yourself and you connect yourself to strong people, strong-willed people. If you're religious, connect yourself to religious people, connect yourself to your church. And if you have kids, then first things first, making sure they're safe. But as well, making sure that mommy or daddy are safe as well, because in the case that you do have kids and you're being mentally and psychologically abused, you probably can't be the best parent to them. They look to us to lead the example. They look to us to show them what and what not to do. And you can't tell them that they deserve the world and the very best while you're settling at the same time. Kids don't really listen to us, and as they grow, they start to notice things more and more, and they begin to follow our actions. So make sure you're setting that action for them. Make sure that you're not only making your kids proud, but you're making yourself proud as well. You are wanted, you are loved, you are needed, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are important, you are a genius, you are smart, you are talented, you can do anything you put your mind to. You are powerful, you're strong, you're a great cook, you are a badass, you are all the things that you imagined yourself to be. It's okay to let go. It is okay to let go. It's okay to be alone if that's what you're afraid of. It's okay to do you for a little while. Get yourself together, become whole again, become the best you that you can possibly be. And in time, the right person who is going to uplift you and love you and treasure you like you're supposed to be treasured will come into your life. But first you have to let go of the thing that's damaging you. Stop going back to the thing that's damaging you and expecting to be healed. It will never work. It will never work. I hope this video really does help somebody. All I can tell you guys is from experience the things that I've gone through and spread the message. I'll see you all on the next video. Love you. Bye.